Welcome to the William Minahan Less intern show. I believe this is the first intern show without Sir William. He is currently driving from Miami to wherever.
Probably Boston first, I think, right? Or wait, maybe not.
No, I think
know.
they're stopping at some places. So.
I did see that LK. He posted a picture on Instagram. I think it said literally a whole day of driving. Couldn't think of anything fucking worse.
Oh, I don't mind driving. You don't like driving? You could
Oh
never do like
God,
a road
no.
trip?
No. Like I've barely traveled outside the Midwest just for that reason. And one
Okay.
thing about Midwesterners is like we refuse to fly unless it's like across
I've
the
heard
ocean.
that joke. Like, where it's like, oh, come on down. It's only a 12-hour
It's only
drive.
15 hours. It's true though. My parents are just like that. My grandparents are just like that. And like anytime I go past about 2 or 3 hours, my back starts to cramp up and I get like a little bitchy. So yeah, I'm not the kind of road tripper.
I love driving. I do road trips all the time. When I used to work with my friend, we would travel around like the Northeast and shit. And like the Madawaska. See, like the Madawaska trip was different though because I was driving in the middle of a blizzard and it was the most difficult trip I've ever had to make. But it's like fun looking back on it. But I could drive to Florida. No problem. I could drive to California.
Really?
No, I love.
Like you could just hop in a car right now and just start driving for about 10 hours.
Correct, but
No
I would
problem.
have to drive. I don't want to be in the passenger seat or the back seat. I have to be the driver. Part.
Yeah, maybe that's a difference because I've always been the passenger. Like I'm always in the back on my phone watching YouTube videos or something. So I don't know if that will make a huge difference, but like I don't know. Maybe you have to be like, I don't know. You have to pay attention to something and that'll keep your mind going. I don't know. Like that's the thing when you're driving. Like do you want to listen to podcasts? Do you want to like what keeps you going? I guess.
Yeah, well, we just have to find our own middle-aged man who's successful to take us on vacations across the country, and we can. Blind Prison Mike, me and him were talking about maybe going to Alaska, just the two of us.
Really?
No.
Oh dang! That would have been so good.
It just the Kirk Minahan show just becomes the new Mambla.
Yeah, I think we really got to talk about how this trip. No one gives two shits about this fucking trip, and it's so funny. I love those guys.
Obviously, no one cares about it.
Yes, that makes it so good. That makes it so fucking good.
So, the biggest part of this trip, Will text me. It was last week, so it's the reason why we didn't do the intern show last week was because one, Mike and the Minifans to Friday. I know everyone was like DMing me like, Justin, where's the intern show? Like people were. I talked to a couple people like off of the roof of some buildings because they were just freaking out over the fact that there was no intern show.
Yeah, I had to walk away from my phone just because the notifications were fucking.
Yeah, it was
insane.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night, Will texts us and says, "Hey, I have a tattoo appointment at 7. So I won't be able to make it."
Yep.
And he's like, I'm getting a tattoo of, what is it, interning at 26?
I don't even fucking know, dude. I ignored it.
He said, like, I'm getting a tattoo that says intern at 26. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I don't have any tattoos. I don't know if you have any tattoos.
No, not a tattoo guy.
Yeah, I'm not a tattoo or piercing guy either, but I don't know. I'd probably get one as like a joke or something. I could see myself getting something like that. But he then sends the picture afterwards.
I gotta pull it up. Keep talking.
If no one's seen it, it is Will with a fishing rod holding up, let's just call it a fish for now.
Okay,
holding up a fish. But it's not a fish. It's a dick.
It's a fucking dick.
And it just, on his shirt, it says intern at 26. Him holding up a dick has nothing to do with the whole interning at 26 thing. And I said, Will, I love you, but I just have one question. Like, is this a homosexual statement? And I'm like,
right.
Hey, it's fine if it is, but it looks like your tattoo is, I'm fishing for dicks.
Exactly,
like, it just looks like, it's like if there was tits on it, it would be like, oh, I'm fishing for tits.
Yeah, I'm a tit hunter, right? You know?
Yeah, like, oh, I'm actively searching out dicks. I'm spending time. So he goes, dude, no, what the fuck would you even think that for? And I was like, Will, it looks very, very peculiar. There it is. You can see he's got a big smile on his face. He's holding up the drawn penis, and he goes, dude, I think the artist trolled me. And I go, like, so you didn't know she was, like, tattooing this on you? Like, he's like, nah, man, I just let her do her art. And I was like, okay, I get that to a point, to be like, oh, you know, maybe the tattoo creation. But I guarantee you this woman had this picture drawn, and everyone who comes in, she goes, whoa, can I tattoo you this on it? And it's like an ongoing joke, like in her, you know, tattoo parlor, like, oh, Sarah always wants to tattoo the fishing dick. And
yeah. Did Will go in there and he's just to this random tattoo place that he's never been to in his life and say, my ass is a blank canvas, do your thing?
I just need intern at 26.
And then the rest is all you. Just use your creativity. I trust you.
It's almost like, you ever see those shows where like someone gets a tattoo and they don't know what it is, and then there's like a reveal and the person's like, I can't believe you had that tattooed on me.
Yeah.
Or like something like in Practical Jokers, they have to get a tattoo as like a fucking punishment or something.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't imagine getting that. I would be at the tattoo removal place right now if someone got a tattoo of that. If I got a tattoo of that. So
right.
Then Will realized, he goes, dude, I think she was trolling me. And I was like, it took you this long to realize that like this is a joke? that like this is a very very strange tattoo for someone to have. It has nothing to do with the show. The intern at 26, I get it. It's
right.
He's interning at 26. It's funny. He's old. But the fishing for Dick's part.
I mean,
like, he's gonna have to explain that to his future wife. Granted, it's on his ass cheek. So unless he goes to prison, not many people will be seeing it.
I mean, that's true. But where was LK in this? Did LK like just give the go ahead? Like he's kind of.
I would have had to step in. I would have stepped in and said, either I can't be a part of this.
Yes,
like I'm either going home or you're not getting this tattoo.
Exactly. So he's probably knowing LK, and he's just like to fuck with people. He's just standing there laughing the whole time, knowing exactly what's going on because he's a smart guy and he gets the joke. So there's no way he saw that tattoo.
You don't have to be smart to get this joke. This is not super complicated tattoo where it's like, no, if you read the third book of the Odyssey, you know, Homer says this, but in reality, it's a man holding a dick, and he's like, hey, look what I caught. I caught a penis.
Jesus Christ, Will. I love that guy, but all right.
I love him. And then I asked him, I was like, is this like a fake tattoo? And he's like, no. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I think that's what you asked. Is like, is it removable ink or something?
Yeah, and there's no such thing as removable ink.
No, I didn't know that either. That's literally what I first thought when I saw it. I'm like, oh, it's one of those what do they call them? Henna tattoos?
Yeah, maybe it will fade away in like a month or two. Even if it fades away in a year, like that's still funny. But like, no, it's forever. You have to go. So anyway, so that's that. And then there was also the last thing I just want to bring up about this trip was a tweet I saw this morning from Latino Kirk, where it says, what did it say? It said, just got finished wrestling with. Yeah.
Just got finished wrestling with Will, and we're both very out of shape. That's what it said.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when I was younger, I used to wrestle with my dad. You know, I remember being like going on a trampoline when I was 5, and he would pretend to be an AT-AT walker, and I would pretend to be like the rebels, you know, trying to take him down.
As we all did.
But I haven't done that often recently. And we're not shitting on Will or shitting on LK.
Love those guys.
I just have some questions, okay? I just want to know, you can't just put that tweet out there with no backstory. I want to know how this wrestling started. Was it like just spur of the moment kind
of
thing?
Like guys being dudes just horsing around, or was it like those guys were actually kind of mad at each other, then it kind of turned into a joke?
Yeah, like I just want to know the whole backstory to this. Like why is Will in LK wrestling, and then why now?
Hold on,
maybe it's just me, but if I, let's say me and Nick went on a vacation somewhere and we ended up wrestling for 5 minutes, I probably wouldn't tweet it out. I probably wouldn't. I probably would have kept it to myself.
Well, hold on. On the subject of fights, before we got on here, you said, so I guess if there's any story within this trip, it's the Tim Riddles guy the fight he had with Will.
Mhm.
You said you
Oh,
don't think it
I
was
think
real.
that's the fakest thing I've ever seen. I don't want to spend so much more time because I think maybe 10 people know what we're talking about. But yeah, they said there was like a fight between Will and this Tim Ridgels guy, but it just looked like it was like worse than WWE. It just looked like it was just complete bullshit. It was just like, oh, dude, I'm pissed. I'm gonna leave now. It's like the dude
So yeah.
wanted to go home for work or something.
I thought you were gonna say like, oh, these guys sat around like, how are we gonna make the content better? How are we gonna spice this trip up?
I think that's
Fucking
what they
Kay
did.
Marco is stealing the shine here. What are we gonna do to make this thing more?
I think they thought Kirk
popular?
was gonna come on and say like, you see Will and Tim Bridgels get into that fight yesterday? No. We're talking about this. I don't care. My intern goes to Florida and he gets into a fight with a Minifan. Excuse. We're getting to the bottom of this, and I think just the opposite just happened. And
No,
I
I think it's real though. I think it really happened because I don't like I.
what
know
the fuck
Will.
are they fighting about?
Probably Will didn't shut the fuck up about something and he got mouthy or something. That's like again, I don't really know Will. I know him from like this and shit, but I do know he likes to talk. So I'm sure something happened or he like just said the wrong thing or something, and it just
and they had to wrestle.
They had to wrestle about it like all guys, like all grown men do.
It's just WrestleMania.
Right.
Fucking in the hotel room the entire time. So that's all we want to say about Will. He'll be back next week. He's driving right now. Yeah, it's a grand old time. So, anything else you wanted to get to? I know you wanted to talk about the.
Oh yeah, so on Mike and the Minifans last week, I believe,
yes.
Menners kind of called you out as he often does now because you're his disgraced producer. You were exiled from Menners to midnight/live/morning. Anyway, so he basically said that he called you out. He said you were a bad producer for Blind Mike, and basically like he needs to find somebody else to make him, I don't know, put him at the next level in the YouTube, I don't know, video rankings. So what's your response to that?
I think I kind of already said my response to it. I was just kind of like, hey, like, I'm sorry I quit your show. I shouldn't have quit it the way I did. I tweeted out afterwards. I was like, hey, listen, like, I'm sorry, but I just think it comes off as just like insincere, like shitting on me when these things happen. It's just like, Menners, we get it. You don't like me anymore. Like, he tweets out all the time, like, oh, Justin fucked this up. It's like, okay, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I quit your show. And I think we're cool now. He tweeted out today that he's excited that I'm booking guests for Mike and the Minifans. Oh, which is going to be a grand old time tomorrow night. It's going to be Blind Prison Mike, R.A. Minahan, MH Obese, and possibly Blind Mike Sneakers, and possibly Latino Kirk, maybe to talk about the whole wrestling situation.
All right. Well, my question is like, so Mike actually, when Menners said that, Mike actually responded to him and kind of said, oh, well, that's a decent point by you, Menners.
Yeah,
so like, did you guys have a conversation about it?
I texted him afterwards and I was like, hey, if you want me to do anything else, but like, I just don't think I'm in a position to say, hey, listen, we're not doing Mike and the Minifans tonight. We're doing it tomorrow night. And I refuse to do it. Like, I just don't feel like I'm just in that position to say.
Right. Like, I don't know what Menners really wants you to do. Like, as an intern, like, it's not like we're coworkers. I know we can suggest things, but for a YouTube show that goes long.
And I think Mike and the Minifans runs pretty smoothly. And, you know, it gets, it's Mike's show. And I think it's a grand old time. I think people have a good time, you know, looking forward to it. And some people, you know, it's a good way to recap the week. Some people don't like it. Some people call it Mike in the monologue because he talks. But I mean, well, that's kind of, you can call it the Kirk Minahan show. You can call it Kirk in the monologue because, you know, whatever show it is, they're going to talk. I mean, that's just how podcasts work.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike what they said today where, what was it? KFC's like, now's not the time to talk. It's the time to listen. I think that would just be a funny podcast where it's just people just call in and just, yes.
They cast the same exact thing.
Yes, I want to listen. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. I mean, I like Menners. I think he's a funny guy. I think his takes on Star Wars are decent. Not as bad as Adam in New Jersey.
Not as bad as Deke Zucker.
But Deke Zucker,
horrible list. He's one of the worst list makers I've ever seen.
I think that if I did a watch along with the prequel trilogy, a lot more people would respect the prequel trilogy because I could talk some sense into some people about the prequel trilogy.
The comment says, talk about how
DJK's done incredible with the new YouTube channel. I love the new YouTube channel. I think what he's done is great. I mean, I think it has like 3,000 subscribers. These videos are constantly getting like up to 10,000 views, and I don't think they're coming from Kirk fans. I think they're coming from other places, which is what he wanted. So I think he's done a great job.
He's doing a good job. I kind of thought that was going to be your role. Like, I didn't really know like what the plan was with you. Like, if you were just the Kirk Minahan Show network guy, but I kind of thought that like when I took this internship that you were going to be doing what DJK is doing.
It was kind of like, so Mike and Steve would text me. They were very like, hey, we're not sure. We don't want to put things on YouTube because Barstool doesn't count those clips, and we don't want people to just be seeing the clips on YouTube. So they changed their mind on that. But there were some clips beforehand. It was supposed to be kind of more like an archive where not clips from the show that day were going up, but kind of more like older clips, like clips from October or November, and stuff that people can look back on.
So they kind of like transition to a new line of thinking, YouTube wise.
Yeah, kind of. It's like I take care of the network. DJK takes care of the Rain Man of getting YouTube views. Yeah, no, I will say it's incredible. What is this?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, the Call Her Daddy stuff just went fucking crazy, which is great for the. I mean, those fans probably like aren't going to be Kirk fans, but just views in general and getting Kirk out there to anybody is great. So I'm really happy DJK is on the crew.
Kirk 5K 2020 says, what is the split of internal responsibility? Who's got Instagram? Who's cuts clips? Who is just a general slapdick? I think Nick handles the Instagram.
Sorry, go ahead.
I handle the YouTube mostly. I think Will does most of the clips, but also like if Steve texts me and asks me to do something, or Steve texts Nick and asks him to do something, I think we're all just, we all have different responsibilities. I was actually
sorry, I was just gonna say that we have like our roles pretty much set in stone now. I'm solely responsible for Instagram. I post everything, make the captions and everything. Will cuts the clips for Twitter. He sends them to Steve. Steve posts those. Justin's on the network, and then DJK is solely on the YouTube. So I kind of like what we got going. It's like it's gonna suck when everybody leaves eventually, because we just know what we're doing and everything, and it runs so smoothly. But besides when I fuck up, but yeah.
I was actually planning on. So I messaged Steve and I talked to him a little bit this week about so we're gonna be getting he wants to be more involved in Reddit and try to recruit some Barstool fans from there to maybe possibly join the Kirk Minahan team. So I'll be working on that, coming up with. I've just been watching some, because I'm not a Reddit guy. I don't know if you're a Reddit guy.
Sort of. So like
I'm vaguely familiar with it. So I'll be getting involved with that. We also have a Twitch channel, which I think is interesting if you look at like what's done with what has happened with like Pardon My Take and how that's taken off.
Hold on.
Yep.
I mean, so I get the Twitch thing. I get that Pardon My Take is making so much money for the company right now with Coach Doug's and the Call of Duty stuff. But like, so what's the plan with that? Like, I think to get views and to get any kind of sponsorship, it'd have to be like Steve, Mike, or Kirk playing something, or else it's just going to be kind of like this.
Yeah, no. So my idea for the Twitch channel was kind of like a personal thing that I wanted to do. It really had nothing to do with the show in the sense of, so after Mike and the Minterns, I was just going to go on the Kirk Minahan Twitch account, set up a GoFundMe. I have the Twitch account all set up, and I was going to do like a 36-hour stream of me just continuously playing Call of Duty campaigns, trying to raise money for it's COPS. It's a charity that gives money towards to the children and the families of fallen police officers, as kind of like not kind of like, just kind of like as not as a rebuttal, but kind of like as like a, hey, listen, like all these places are raising money for bail funds and for all these different charities. It's like, well, there's two sides to every coin. So I'd like to, and I'm personally affected by this stuff. My dad's had to go to a couple of riots and shit. So I just think it would be cool. But Steve said, he's like, that sounds like a good idea. Let me just run that by Kirk. Things got caught up this week. So hopefully next week I get that started. Like I texted Steve. I was like, even if I raise $5, it would be. Like,
of course.
I just don't think it's like I don't think we're gonna get Kirk on there, playing Fortnite, which
that would be pretty fucking cool if he did though.
That would be insane if we could get Kirk to play Fortnite. Something tells me that's not gonna happen. We get Mike playing like
I don't even know what can Mike play, like Frogger or something.
Yeah, I don't know. He's playing Frogger. But no, I think, but you can do a lot more with Twitch than just video games too. You can do a lot of, you can stream certain things. Like I know a big thing on Twitch is live streaming movies, and I know we do that now on the YouTube and stuff. But I think there's different ways to integrate with Twitch and stuff. So,
yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, so that's just kind of something that I was just thinking about, just kind of getting kick-started. And obviously I don't think that like when I say, oh, you look at what Part of My Take does with fucking
Coach Doug's.
And it's like, yeah, well, obviously, me jumping on there and doing this charity stream is not going to be 1% of 1% of 1% of what,
right.
So like if I get 2 viewers, it would be dope. But I don't know. It was just something to think of. It's like
no, it's a good idea. My mind just when I think of Twitch, it goes straight to video games. I kind of forget about all the other opportunities there is with that platform.
Yeah, and I know like some people. I don't know if it's the people who used to compete with Kirk on the Sports Hub, Toucher and Rich. They stream their show live on Twitch every single morning, which I think is where it's going to go. Like I think a lot more places it's going to open up and be more than just video game streaming. So I think it would be good if we get like a presence in there and kind of not necessarily try to recruit people, but yeah. So my two main things this week are Reddit and Twitch, which Reddit was kind of more of Steve telling me what to do, and Twitch is kind of like a passion project for myself.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm really into Reddit. I think it's really interesting. I just don't know how you would do like any kind of recruiting on there. So have you guys talked about any kind of strategy or anything? Because I don't really know much about it.
It's not really like recruiting. It would just be kind of like going like on Barstools, like different Barstool Reddits, and kind of being like, oh, hey, did you see that? Kirk talked shit about K Marco. Here's the clip here, or you guys can listen to the podcast here, and maybe people, because I want to be kind of like incognito, because I know I've heard stories from Mike that like he went on Reddit as Blind Mike.
I saw that,
and that's
they found it. Yeah,
and that's like not something Reddit people like. They don't like it when you try to go on and defend yourself. So I'm gonna be kind of like flying under the radar. I'll have a username that most people won't know. It's totally not Kobe Lover 24. But, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I like that idea. I'll help you. I'll definitely help you out with that because I'm on Reddit pretty frequently. So let's do it.
Anything else we got? I mean, the K Marco stuff. I mean, what's been said has been said.
Exactly. He's a fucking asshole. He's the worst. I've hated him ever since I started like watching Barstool stuff 3 years ago. He's a fucking dick, and I'm glad his time's come.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't really know who he was until that whole Kirk thing happened.
He's the worst, dude. He's the fucking worst.
He's just kind of, I don't know. I mean, he definitely, hitched to the right wagon at the right time, because from the way Portnoy sounds, it K Marco, could be brought up on first-degree murder charges, and Dave's like, well, what? He was in Milton. So,
he was there since the beginning, Justin. He was there since the beginning.
It's funny. Mike told me a story once about how how what are they called? The New York 5 or the New York 6 when they went to New York to protest Tom Brady getting suspended. That was the day.
The Brady 6. The Brady 6.
Yes, that was the day Blind Mike interviewed, and he texted Dave texted or DM Mike and said, "Hey, can you come to New York with us?" And Mike was like, "Shit, I'm already back in Western New York." Obviously, Mike doesn't drive. He's like, "I can't." He's like, but Mike was like, "I could have been like a staple. Like if he gets arrested there, then like he's a part of Barstool for forever. Like because Portnoy is that kind of guy. Like he's that loyal.
Exactly. If you're in Dave's circle, you're good for life.
Yes, you are in.
Like Blind Mike's a part of Barstool history forever because he's one of those kind of weird brains that they say from the Milton days, but it's kind of for all the wrong reasons. So
yes, but like he would be, I think he would be loved by Portnoy if he got arrested. It's kind of like when people say like, hey, like I don't like the guy, but we fought in Vietnam together, or we fought in it's like we got arrested together and
then Portnoy could have gone with the angle like, oh, you're arresting a guy with a disability.
Oh, would have been great.
Ever.
Yeah. But I don't know how I brought that up. But yeah, because K Marco was one of those people. Right. It's just kind of like, oh well, yeah. So there's really nothing much to say. The dude sucks. I mean, his apology was shit. I I've never heard a faker apology in my entire life.
Best KMS week ever, though?
Best case. See, I feel
I
like
think it
everyone
is.
says that every single week. It's like, what a week. And it's like, I just think every single week is fun. I just think when people say, oh, best KMS week ever, like, no, I think that the Florida week was incredible and then followed that up with the Madawaska. I would say the Madawaska week was probably the best.
Yeah.
The Vigil week was incredible. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, this week was so much fun and there was so much shit going on. But I think Sacco, which we didn't even talk about, is going to be a really fun experience.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I assume you're definitely going to that, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, there's no chance I'm not going to that. I actually, because I know Steve was talking about getting it catered or something like that. But if he needs someone to grill,
You're the guy. Yeah. No, I want to go so bad, but I'm kind of in a blind Mike situation, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
deciding if I can go or not.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of in the middle of the country.
Well, I mean, I'd be willing to travel there. It's just I don't know if the old ball and chain will let me.
Oh, Jesus
That's why
Christ.
I'm behind my situation. Yeah, I know. It's tough. It's
You
tough.
got yourself an Alba?
Sort of. Not quite on that level, but you know, it's. I don't want to get too deep into it, but she was not happy about the idea.
Okay. Well, she can come, and you guys can stay with me.
Yeah, we'll hang out with you. It'll be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, you can hang out with me, Barbara, Kobe. It's a grand old time in here.
The whole crew. All right.
My dad's here. It's a lot of fun.
You ready to end this thing?
But anything else you want to hit on?
I don't think so.
I think that's good. So we'll talk to you guys later.